Hey guys, this is part 2 of the December daily, and we have the pages done. And so I'm going to make the covers. So that what I do is I measure my pages. So my pages are 5.5 inches wide by 7.5 inches tall. And then I take my spine that we made in part 1, and I fold it so that all of the hinges, I'm getting everything but the 2 flaps. So even that little 1/8 of an inch gusset that I created, I want to measure that as well on both sides. Looks like I forgot to fold those. So I want to get, I don't know if you can see that, this little 1/8 of an inch plus all these 1/4 of an inch and then the 1/8 of an inch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure that and trying to get in an even measurement. Like, let's do 2 1/4. Oops, that's 2.5. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut my chipboard 1/2 an inch larger than my pages. So my pages measured 7.5 by 5.5. So I'm going to cut 8 by 6. And this, I get asked all the time. I use this rotary cutter when I'm cutting my chipboard because the blade's a little bit sturdier and it doesn't get dull as quickly. And this is a Fisker's rotary cutter, and it's got an 8 1/4 inch bed. So I cut it at 8. Now I need to cut at 6. You do have to put a little pressure down. And so since this is the size that we need for the width, I am going to put this in and cut it. I'm sorry, it's the size we need for the height. So I'm going to cut 2 1/4, and this is my spine now. And I'm going to get my second piece of chipboard. And I ordered my 12 by 12 chipboard this last time. I usually get it from Walmart.com or Joann's.com. And I ordered some 8.5 by 11 chipboard off of eBay, and I can't find it. Because I would like to use my 12 by 12 for albums that are bigger than the 8.5 by 11 will handle. And I didn't do that. So how I create my covers, I don't know if my cat was, I had it all perfect and now it's not. So this thing, my cat was like, there we go. She was, put her head up there when I was doing my homework, which by the way, I'm not done. I still have 4 assignments left to do, but you know, I have to craft. I'll kill somebody if I don't. All right, so I have my, you know what? This is what's banging. I won the gold. Wait, is this a bronze? Yeah, I don't know. But I placed in rock, paper, scissors, and I got 3rd place overall that year. We do this thing called Liquor Olympics. We go to our friend's house. We just play stupid games all day, like rock, paper, scissors, dice, tabletop football, you know. So there's a banging. It's the only, we've been doing it for like 12 years. That's the only ones that I've gotten. All right, so now I need to pick my cover. I don't know if there must be 3 pages of each of these because I mostly have 2 pages. So I'm just going through the paper here and trying to pick. Maybe I'll use this for one cover. Oh, that's cool. And maybe this for the back because it kind of matches. We'll see how that works. Oh, I like this. It's the most wonderful time of the year. That's kind of cool. All right, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm trying to think if I want to wrap it first and then put the covers on. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get some black cardstock. Nope. Yep. trying to find two that are the same. Because I just stuck all my black cardstock in the same drawer, so I wanted to make sure, like, this doesn't match these two. So we're going to take that out. This is pretty flimsy. All right, here we go. So my covers are 8 inches, so I'm going to cut this down to 9 inches width-wise on both sheets. And then I'm going to take my cover, and at this point it doesn't matter if it's your front or your back. And I am taking score tape, and I'm trying to just put it on the perimeter. And then on the inside, I will use ATG. And I just, you know, liberally put it on there. I get the ATG tape from, oh man, Tape Jungle. Tape Jungle. Yeah, Tape Jungle. I keep on wanting to say Tape Monkey, but it's not. It's Tape Jungle. And if you buy, like, I buy it by the case. Usually when I get my tax check, that's when I buy, like, in bulk, because it's cheaper in bulk. So I'll get 244 rolls. It ends up being like $1.17 or $1.18 or something like that a roll. And then when I go to Crops and stuff, if my friends need some, then I just sell it to them for the price that I bought it at. I'm not trying to make a buck. All right, so I have that, and now I'm going to place my hinge here, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. Not hinge, I'm sorry. It's called a spine. And I like to usually leave 2 pieces of chipboard. Like, I have a shim, and I keep on losing it. I say it every video. I mark it with the shim and everything, and then I end up throwing it away by accident. So if you just take 2 pieces of scrap chipboard and, you know, just like an inch wide, maybe by 10 or 11 inches long, that way you'll have it for each size album that you make, and stick 2 of them together. This is two pieces of chipboard together, and just set it up there like this and butt this up against it. That gives it a perfect width. You don't even really need 2. And then just line it up, and there's the spine. And then I'm going to tape the second piece of cardstock onto this piece here. Do I have 1/2 inch? Oh yeah, here we go. I don't know what is going on, but I keep on burping. Like, I'll go 3 days and I'll just like burp nonstop, like for 3 days, and then I'll be like a week and I'll be okay and I won't burp. And it's not like my stomach hurts. It doesn't feel bloated. I don't know what's going on. Somebody said it was probably nerves. I don't know. All right, so I'm doing the same thing. Going to put this on the perimeter. Do you see? Yeah, okay. Sorry if I'm going fast. I just want to get this done, and then I'll upload the video. I'm not going to edit it, so. And again, I'm just, whoops, ran out. Well, normally I try to cut this part out, but you just turn this, and I'm taking this off, and then this little white thing comes out, and then I have a roll here. This is what it looks like from, and it is acid free, so, you know, $1.17 a roll is a lot cheaper than, I think they're $4.50 or $5 a roll for the ATG brand. My thing is sometimes, there we go. So you put this in like this, flip it through here, got tape everywhere. Weave it in through here. Just getting that excess tape off because I don't need it. It's just to hold the rolls shut. All right, I'm going to push the button, pull it out a little bit. I'm going to weave it in and out of here. Stick it to there. Now I'll roll it a little bit. Put this thingamabobber back on. Now we're good to go. There we go. More is more. I don't know. It's my story and I'm sticking to it. I just checked my speaker to make sure it was on the right one. That would have sucked having this all done and then having the wrong speaker. So again, I am just pressing against it. I'm lining it up. There we go. You don't need a whole bunch. Where's my cutter? There. See? If you like more than, you can leave, like an inch gap of cardstock on the around it. So like if your page, like our covers are 6 by 8, so you can leave your cardstock like 9 inches tall, and then you'll have a 1/2 inch on the top and the bottom instead of like a 1/4 of an inch. I hope that makes sense. So now I am going to use a 1/4 inch. I'm putting it on the chipboard. That's just what I prefer to do. It doesn't matter. You can put it on the cardstock. Whoa, sounds like something's going on upstairs. My youngest son lifts weights upstairs and sometimes he'll drop them and I swear it sounds like the house is caving in. I don't know how much the weights are, but it freaks me out. Alright, so now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut. And now you want to make sure that you're cutting not directly up against your chipboard. Don't know if you'll be able to see this. There's a little tiny gap here. You want to make sure that you leave a small space so that your chipboard corners do not show when you wrap it like this. Okay, so now I'm going to take off the tape backing. Where's my bone folder? Oh my gosh, it's so funny. My cat Gracie loves this bone folder. It's from Stampin' Up, and I don't know if it's true, but I was told that they were made out of like real cow bones, and every single one of my cats have like gone crazy over them. No other brand. Like I have this one. It's like made out of hard plastic. They don't go crazy over that one, but they go crazy over the Stampin' Up ones. So I wonder if it's true. I wonder if it's bone and somehow they can tell. I don't know. Maybe they're just crazy cats, but it's not just these cats. Our old cats do the same thing. It's funny. So now I'm just pressing my bone folder against the paper and the edge of the chipboard just to give it a nice crisp line. And you'll see you'll have these 2 points. You can just roll them over with your fingers. This one, because it's a little bit longer, I'm just going to go ahead and put another piece on there. Okay, so now I'm going to pull it up like this because that's the way the book is. Now, I'm going to put down my hinge first, and then I'll put down the paper. Normally, I like to miter the hinge pieces here, but I don't think I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to cover the entire back of this, except for this 1/8 inch gusset that we made, that little tiny one. I'm going to cover that with score tape. I I have a mat somewhere so things don't stick. Hello, where is my mat? Whatever. If I search too long, I'll have to edit. So I'm just going to cover this. Okay. Had a little bit of a gap there, so I'm just using the 1/4 inch. Now I am going to take my bone folder and just burnish. Burnish means just to put pressure on it, rub it. Okay. So now I'm going to take off if I have any tape on the edge, I'm just going to fold it over like this here. I'm just going to fold it over. Find my garbage can. And now I'm going to line up this little 1/8 inch gusset with the gusset that we have in the cover here. Just going to kind of straighten these out so that it lays flat. I'm going to have to pull it down a little bit so I can see and make sure that it's straight and centered. Like these are sticking out. You can see the tape sticking out on the bottom. If you can't see, like I can't see right now, I need to be able to see the left side here. So I'm just going to burnish that a little bit. So now I can see, so I'm lining it up correctly. On the top and the bottom, need to go down a little bit. Is that even? Just trying to make the same amount of distance on the top as it is the bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to press inside the hinges. And so I lied. I remember now that we did the hinges at 3/8 of an inch. I was saying 1/4 of an inch earlier. So now I'm just going to fold that up, fold that up. Because I have the seam in the back, you can only see it at certain angles, I'm going to make that the back of my page. So now I'm going to decorate the covers, and they're 6 by 8. So I am going to cut this at 7 3/4 by 5 3/4. I'm going to do the width first. I am watching, well, not right now, but earlier I was watching Scandal. I'm like way behind. And then I need to catch up on Once Upon a Time. And I'm such a teeny bopper, I have to catch up on Vampire Diaries. And then The Walking Dead. Because ever since my mom moved in, I haven't had control of my TV. So I have to wait for them to come out on Netflix, which is fine. I'm not complaining. Alright, again, I'm just going to burnish this just a little bit so that it gets shiny. I'm going to rub on it so that it gets shiny, and then I can see to place this in the middle. I'm going to do the exact same thing to the back. And I think I'm trying to get close to this side as I can. I think I want this spine to have some color in it. I don't know yet. Let's see. This. No. What about this? That looks good. All right, I'm just going to use the scrap of holly that I had. So 7 3/4, and our spine was 2 1/4. So I'm going to make it 7 3/4 by 2. I'm just going to put the tape as close to the sides as I can get, so that the sides don't peel up, and then run one down the middle. That's too much. Oops, looks like I grabbed the wrong one. All right. Did I grab the wrong one? No, that's still too big. What did I do? What is this? Okay. Oh, man, she's watching something crazy up there. So I'm going to make this at 2 3/8. Oops, sorry for that if that was too loud. 2 2. I think what happened is I didn't put the back on right. So now I think, yeah, it's sticking up a little bit. So 2 1/4 would have been fine. Did I get this down all the way? Yeah, whatever. Just, okay. So that is going to drive me nuts. You see how that's sticking out there? It really will drive me nuts. I'm just going to chop it off. But I have to be careful not to chop the spine. That I just get the paper and not the spine as well. If I do that, then I'll have to make the whole spine over again. Yeah, Blake?
I found a brand new jump cable in the garage, and I was wondering if I could partake in the use of this.
Oh, for your car?
Vehicle.
Yeah, that's fine.
Are you doing like a thing?
Yeah, I'm doing a tutorial.
Man, I interrupted. My bad.
It's alright.
You need personality in your videos anyway.
You're saying I don't have personality?
I just feel like in your videos, you're a little stock. You're like, yeah, you
Well,
do 14 inches. And you got to joke about it. You'd be like, you do 1,400 inches. And you're like, wait a minute, that's not how big mine is. Maybe I need to go out and buy a new one.
Well, that's...
But in reality, you're just giving them a little goof or a gaff.
Yeah.
Just a little chuckle.
Some people don't like it when you're funny like that. They send you crappy messages.
Who would send you a crappy message for being funny? It's all in good fun. That's the whole point. If you're not having fun, what's the point of slicing open and making albums? You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
You know how much money that costs? And if you're not having fun while doing it, dude, you might as well.
What are you saying? My crafting is expensive?
Yeah.
What? No. I don't spend any money on crafts.
I think you'd be better off just buying a tree. If you got all this paper around, how many trees you killed?
No, it's recycled. I didn't kill them. Somebody else did, and then they used the stuff.
Well, you're supporting them.
Yeah.
It's a tree genocide.
Okay, boy. Do you know how to use jumper cables? Okay, he's gone. Oh, golly. All right, so that is the covers. And what I'm going to do now is attach the pages, and then the next video will be decorating the pages. And because I have no, all the pages are the same, I am just going to stick them in there. Taking the tape backing off these little hinges here. And I'm making sure that they open up right, and then I'm sticking them on there right. And I'm just opening it up, stick it in there. Try not to get it stuck before I want it to, like it just did. And press it down, and then close it. So this tutorial you can use to make any size covers. Just take your pages, add 1/2 inch to the measurements, and cut your covers. And this is how you attach the pages. I get asked the question all the time because most of my tutorials are just on the pages and not the whole album. But I have a lot of new subscribers who may not have seen mini album 101 tutorials, and I try to link certain spots down below as well as different binding methods. Okay, I'm opening this up. I have my fingers in there and I try to keep it open. And then I close it. This is pretty simple. It's harder to take the tape backing off. Having some technical difficulties. I don't know why it's not going in on this side. Maybe I'll start with that side. There we go. I'm trying to keep my head out of the way, and then sometimes it messes up your angle. But if my head's in the way, you can't see what I'm doing. I don't understand how some people can draw and paint upside down. Like, I've seen some people where like they're doing tutorials and stuff, and instead of like they must not have the right camera setup or something. So instead of doing it, you know, it's crazy. All right, so that's the covers, and now the next video will be decorating the pages. Thanks, guys. Bye.